kinds of drama taking place. Now, investigative reporter Greg Palast, he has been covering this. He's been on this for quite some time, and we want to go live to Greg right now. Greg, how you doing?
Pretty good. It's hectic here, I'll tell you that.
So talk about that, because we're seeing, of course, Stacey Abrams on election night. She made it clear she was not conceding. She wants every single vote to count, even if she goes down and loses to Brian Kemp. She wants to know that every single vote had been counted in this race.
Well, I got to tell you, I've been hunting Brian Kemp, the Purge chief, the Purge general of Georgia, for 5 years, starting with Rolling Stone. And tonight we saw the culmination of his purging mania. As you know, I got from him through federal court action the names of every person he purged. Our experts went through the list. 340,134 Georgians were wrongly removed from those voter rolls without notice, so that they showed up. We had at least 100,000 of those people wrongly purged show up to the voting at their polling stations, or try to, or they got confused as to which station. And they were some of them got provisional ballots, which are kind of placebo ballots. And Brian Kemp says if you're purged, not only won't he count the provisional ballots if you're not on the voter rolls, even if he wrongly removed you from the voter rolls, he actually directed counties not to give out provisional ballots. That's a direct violation of federal law, the Help America Vote Act. The whole point of HAVA was to allow voters who've been wrongly removed from the vote to fight to have counted. Kemp just told the counties, don't give out provisional ballots. We were checking with some of the county officials. They say, oh, we're only going to give provisional ballots to people who deserve them. Having been to the Trump-Kemp rally on Sunday, I know the color of the people they think deserve provisional ballots. So and by the way, I was just at the polling station with Martin Luther King's 92-year-old cousin, and she, who's never missed a vote in 50 years, she couldn't vote. Brian Kemp removed her name as well. This is, Christine Jordan, who is Martin Luther King's cousin, 92 years old. Her daughter is her granddaughter was just bawling her eyes out because she said, how could they do this to this woman?
Greg, I'm reading the Atlanta Journal-Constitution website right now, and they had a meeting at Fulton County Election Board where people told numerous stories of snafus and all kinds of different problems, and also now the issue is that if you file a provisional ballot, now the question is, do you need to show your IDs? You need to sign. And so it's all kind of now drama as to whether or not those will actually be counted or even accepted in this vote tally.
That's correct. The big problem, number one, the biggest problem is that Brian Kemp was encouraging county and officials and poll workers not to give out provisional ballots. The whole point of the provisional ballot is that people wrongly removed have a chance to fight for those ballots, whether it's Stacey Abrams, the voter themselves. Democracy demands you get that ballot. Second, if you have them, Kemp's view is, and most of the counties are taking his view, that if you're not on the voter rolls, you're not on the voter rolls, even if Kemp removed you unfairly. Now, he removed 1/3 people absolutely dead wrongly. I'll be in federal court on that. But, whether they're going to count those ballots or not, I don't know. That may require a judge to say, I don't care if Kemp resigned today. He already conducted the purge. He already told the counties not to hand out the provisional ballots. He is blocking absentee ballots on Mickey Mouse technical grounds. Including one voter victim of an absentee ballot rejection, my daughter. They don't want the students voting out of Savannah, I can tell you that. This is not an election. It's a mockery of democracy.
Greg Palast, we certainly appreciate it, man. Thanks so much for staying on top of this, and we certainly will be seeing this to the end. We appreciate it. Thanks a lot. All right, let's go to Cliff Albright with Black Votes Matter. Cliff, you guys were in court today. Latasha gave me a call after the judge made and it was his comments in court that really caused Brian Kemp to realize that he needed to resign when the judge said in court, look, you should have no involvement with this election.
That's correct. No involvement with the election, which led him to resign. It's effective 11:59 tonight.
Wonderful.
So he's still
I'll call Cliff after.
Still has
Thanks.
still has about 5 hours that he can cause some hijinks and mayhem. But we're excited because, as you know, Roland, we are getting very close to the point of forcing a runoff in this election. So I believe that part of the reason he resigned may have been, in addition to what the court case decided, he's thinking that he's got it made and it's going to be a done deal, and he's trying to move on and have a press conference where he's declaring himself to be the winner. No, you don't get to declare yourself to be the winner, and he's about to be in for a surprise. As you're showing on your screen, we are less than 0.5%. We are just 0.02% away from forcing a runoff, and once this runoff takes place, then that gives us 4 more weeks to solve all these issues of provisional ballots, to deal with the fact that there are all these machines that were found. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, so there was a story that 700 machines that were found still wrapped.
Exactly, just wrapped. And in the most populous counties, as well as counties where we know that that the electorate would strongly favor Stacey Abrams, and these are the very counties where we saw the longest lines.
But here's the question, Cliff. Here's the question: was that the decision of those local county election boards, or was that coming from the state? I mean, who determines how many booths go to certain areas?
Yeah, so we're still looking into exactly what it is that led to these machines sitting there. It could be an issue where it's a decision of the local boards. It could be a matter where the Secretary of State sends these machines to counties, but then let's just say that, oh, I'm going to send it to this place, but I'm going to tell them it's someplace else. Or, there's all these logistical issues that somebody can conveniently mess up, which could then lead the county boards to look foolish, when in fact it really stems from the central location of the Secretary of State's office.
Pull the graph up, please. Again, I want to show folks. So here's the deal. Right now, Brian Kemp has 50.023%. That's still good enough for him to win, because it's 50 plus 1. And so if that gets so what is it if it gets down to 50.00? Is that the threshold, or does it have to be under 50?
No, if it is exactly 50. 50.00. If it's exactly 50, that is not enough. It's got to be 50 plus 1 vote.
Got it. Okay. Well, Cliff, look, we'll be certainly monitoring what take place in Georgia to see what happens next. We appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you.
You heard me talk about our friends at Transatlantic Real Estate, who have created a unique investment opportunity that combines legal marijuana and crowdfunding. Think about the growing momentum around legal marijuana in this country. It has been on a number of ballots. And if you are an investor, there's never been a better time to get into the marijuana game. So for a limited time, you can invest as little as $300 or up to $10,000. And here's a pro tip. You must complete and confirm your application to participate in this opportunity. Yes, now to invest, all you got to do is go to marijuanastock.org to get into the game and to get in now.